Money.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio, the ESPN app, ESPN2. Brought to you by Barbasol. Barbasol shaving cream is available in 5 fantastic flavors.
Feel me?
Customize your close shave, whether it's the classic original or sensitive skin. There's one for every face. Find your favorite Barbasol today. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. So Browns quarterback.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Sorry.
You want to talk Tupac or Baker Mayfield? Which one which should we get into?
Drastic differences.
Yeah, we don't want to talk Tupac. Let's go.
Tupac. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield said it's absolutely possible that he could return Sunday against the Pittsburgh Steelers after missing Cleveland's last game with a left shoulder surgery. Here is Baker with more on his injury.
If you go out there, you're scared, you're timid. That's how you really get hurt, seriously. And so I can't do that, you know. So like I said, trying to get the strength back and be able to go as close to 100% as possible. And you can do certain things to repair the stuff inside the rotator cuff and strengthen it up. You know, if you examine a lot of people's shoulders, you'd see a lot of partial tears in those labrums. So you can do things to, I guess, help with that.
See,
I said surgery, I meant injury. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, you know how I am, man. I'm like, get off my line guy right now, right? Like, why are you telling people about your injury? Like, I don't even need to talk to the media right now. I know I have an obligation to speak to the media at times, but I'm not even I'm not going to my locker. I am going to the training room, and I am getting my rehab, and when they ask us out the locker room, I'm coming back in. And then I will deal with the consequences after that, but I'm not talking to the media about my injury.
Okay, go ahead, Jay. Sorry.
I was because you are built differently, Key.
Talking to y'all about my injury.
Because there ain't nothing for you to prove, where it feels like now I hear Baker saying there's something that he wants to prove, right? Like, and obviously money is on the line for him because we had Mike Tannenbaum on the other day saying that Case Keenum is stealing money. So when you're in that situation, you're trying to explain where you are mentally to tell people that I am here to compete. I want you to know I am here. I am here. I am here.
Look at Case Keenum's.
You know what I mean, Key?
Look at Case Keenum's best year next to Baker Mayfield's. In 2017, he was second in the league in QBR behind only Tom Brady.
Well, it's the season.
By the way,
2017.
Kevin
it's the same.
Kevin Stefanski.
I get exactly what I was going to call you, Jay. I get exactly what Max is saying. Max has been reading my notes for the last couple of days.
Look at the numbers.
Same exact thing. You cannot argue with the success that he's had under Kevin Stefanski. He's 1-0 as a starter. We saw his record at 11-5 when Kevin Stefanski in 2017. I understand it's long years away, but it's still the same thing. He feels comfortable with him at the quarterback spot. That's why he's the backup there and not somebody else.
So both of you guys feel comfortable to keep rocking with Case Keenum?
Here's what I'm going to say.
Is that what you're telling me?
I believe that Case Keenum, given everything that Baker, if you give Case Keenum the same stuff that Baker Mayfield is exposed to, good receivers that's healthy, nice running game that's healthy, a tight end that's legit, tackles and everything is perfect, the defense is playing right, I don't see a problem.
More or less.
I
would say,
like Case Keenum, but we're referring back to 5 years ago like that was last year. You know what I mean?
I'm referring back to a guy that was 21 of 33, 199 yards, a touchdown.
Dearness Johnson, who was a fisherman, had a balling out game.
No, wait.
There are a lot of things that went right. I'm not saying that he's not stable.
No.
What you guys are acting like he's going to pass the torch to him.
But here's the evidence, okay? There's no perfect experiment. They're more or less the same as what we're saying. Yeah, Baker's a little more, but they're more or less the same in the sense this.
It's the same thing.
Stefanski's offense. He was the quarterback's coach. That quarterback's coach or quarterback's coach. Okay. Stefanski, his influence on the offense with these guys at quarterback. In fact, the guy who's had the better season is Case Keenum, and he did it with a lesser offense. Nevertheless, I'm not saying Case Keenum's as good as Baker Mayfield. I'm saying he's in the same bucket, more or less.
When you go to a restaurant, Jay, and they tell you they're out of sourdough bread, and they say, all we have is white bread, do you say you don't want it? No, you say, give me the white bread.
Give me the white bread.
That's the same thing.
I want to get back to...
Stop.
It's the same thing.
It's not...
It's the same damn thing. It's a piece of bread.
Yeah,
one is sourdough, one is just plain white bread.
It's not a difference.
Plain white bread. He's the wonder bread.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying That's what it is.
It's not a difference
not
of
a difference.
kind. It's a difference of degree.
Yes.
You know, a different kind of quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson,
Yes.
Justin Herbert, Matthew Stafford, maybe. That's a different kind of quarterback. These are different degrees of the same kind of quarterback. But I want to get
So
back
let me
to
ask you this, though. Hold on before you get back to it. If I decided, if put it this way, if I said to you last week that Baker Mayfield was 21 to 33, 200 yards, a touchdown, and they won, what would you say? Oh yeah, he did his job.
Yeah, it was serviceable.
So
Serviceable.
what's
But
wrong with Case Keenum?
I just think that the upside for Baker is drastically different.
It
Drastic.
is.
Yes,
It's
I
different.
do. I think Baker Mayfield has a way higher ceiling.
they've both won a playoff game in their career.
That's fine. You're
And
comparing
Case
it by your
Keenum-
work,
but Case
did
Keenum's
you
best
see
year-
what Baker Mayfield did last year towards the end of the year?
Nobody-
he played
but
at an
Jay,
elite,
Case Keenum-
level.
Case-
So I've seen it. I've
Case
seen it.
Keenum's
I'm
Now,
not-
I'm
best
gonna
year
argue
is
with
better
you
than
with
Baker's,
Max.
so-
We're
No,
gonna
nobody's
double team you.
arguing.
No, we're going to argue.
This is weird that you guys are double teaming.
Yeah, we're
me.
going
This
to double
never
team
happens, by the way.
because you're saying stuff that makes zero sense, and we're trying
that's
to knock
phrasing.
you in the head to get you to understand that Baker Mayfield.
You're right.
That
I'll
Baker
never say that again.
Mayfield
That's something.
is Baker Mayfield is a quality quarterback.
Look at the numbers.
But there's no difference. A guy completed 68% versus 63. Yes, it was 2017. A guy was 11-3 as a starter. Another guy was 11-4. Yes, it was 2017. But here's the common denominator: is that the coach coached them both.
I get.
See those
that.
two? Wait, those
I
two
get-
stat lines. Baker's 1 year with Stefanski, full year, and Case Keenum's more or less full year with Stefanski
Yes.
are those are two stat lines in the career of the same guy.
That's
3
fine.
years
In the
later.
same guy. That's
3
1 year.
years
That's
later.
another year. Same guy.
Make the numbers work. Tell me this. Last year, towards the end of the
They
season,
both won a playoff game.
you've
well,
mentioned
no,
it
both of them
3
didn't
times.
win a playoff game last year.
No, but in that season, yeah.
Yeah, but he said last year.
So give me this argument. Last year, towards the end of the year, what Baker Mayfield did you see?
He played well.
Okay, so that's so
But
you.
all we're saying is if he keeps winning on this track, we'll be okay with it. That's all we're saying.
Baker Mayfield was,
But
was
it sounds to me like you guys are insinuating if Case Keenum is serviceable and Baker's come back, oh, well, we're cool with Case Keenum. Like, we'll take Case Keenum
Here's
over
what
Baker
I would say.
Mayfield.
For you to move on, here's
We'll
what I'm going
take
to say.
Case Keenum over Baker Mayfield.
So we get
and I'm
off
not
of
ready
this.
to do that yet.
So we get off of this and we move on. Here's what I'm going to say, Jay. If Baker Mayfield is 100% healthy, I'm starting Baker Mayfield. If Baker Mayfield is not 100% healthy, I'm okay with Case Keenum.
I'm cool with that.
As long as Case Keenum keeps winning.
I'll give you something else. If it's Baker Mayfield for $200 million or Case Keenum
See,
for
that's
18,
where he was going, Key.
Whoa,
I knew that's where he was
or
going.
Case
That's why I wanted to
Keenum-
fight back on
Or
it.
Case Keenum for 18, and that leaves me $192 million to spend on the rest of the team, and I have guys I need to sign coming up. I have to think about it.
What is Case Keenum doing, though, to get to 18?
He got a 3-year, $6 million year contract.
What is he doing? Like, to stay there, is he? Are you saying play the rest of the games this season? Because I can't.
He's saying
No,
take
what I'm
I
Case
saying
can't
is-
move
Baker.
on from
No.
Baker Mayfield based on last week.
Right. What I'm saying is when it comes to time to talk contract with Baker Mayfield, the idea that Case Keenum is costing him money to me is real. Because if Baker's talking about I need a $200 million contract.
The only way I could do that.
Thank you, Keith.
Only way I could do that is if Baker Mayfield doesn't get back on the field this year.
Thank you.
For whatever weird reason.
Yep.
Thank
in
you,
case
Lord.
Keenum continues to roll.
Yeah.
I knew
That's
you
the
would
only
see
way
it.
I can
But
do
I knew
that.
you would see it.
I can't
'Cause
do
that
it.
that was the path
Yeah,
he
I
was
can't-
going down.
I can't do
Oh,
that.
you and I were talking about something different. I knew he
No,
was
I
going down
better-
that path.
Who's better, Kirk Cousins or Baker Mayfield?
Those two guys are Kirk Cousins
I would
is
say
probably
Kirk.
slightly better.
Okay.
Slightly.
Was it the right thing to do or a mistake for the Vikings to give all that money to Kirk Cousins instead of just keeping Case Keenum?
At that time, it probably was a mistake in my eyes to sign Kirk
I
Cousins
agree.
instead of Case Keenum.
I agree.
Although Case Keenum hasn't been the same since 2017
Thank you.
as a
Well, but
full-time
thank
starter.
he
you.
hasn't had
Thank you,
Stefanski.
No, but hold on. As a full-time starter, and now he's back to Kevin Stefanski, and he's given us a little bit of something.
I see what you're
in
saying.
week
You're saying,
one.
okay, so Jay, let's just to clarify. You're saying you need to see more from
can't-
Keenum
yeah.
with Stefanski
Yes.
to
Yeah.
make, but what do you think? 17 was a mirage? He did it
No,
with
it's not,
pixie
it's-
dust?
It's not that. Okay.
It's just
First,
a long-ass time ago.
Well, that's true.
You're not. It's 3 years. You're not. You're
No,
not.
it's 2022 coming up this year. That's
18,
5
19,
He's
years.
playing right now. So
Fair, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So
3
it's
years.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear
he's
it.
right.
So what I'm saying though is, I'm not ready to move on for Baker Mayfield for Case Keenum unless Mayfield can't play the rest of the year and Case Keenum takes us where we were going to go with Baker Mayfield.
I agree with
now,
that.
Now at the end,
okay,
we'll
we're all on the
sit
same
down
page.
and caucus and say, well, do we want to give Case Keenum $45 million over the next 3 years, or do we want to give this dude $250 over the next 5?
And you know when you do that, the $250 over 5, when you're like, even if he's marginally better, it's called marginal utility in economics. That little marginal.
Yeah, he did. He pointed right at me when he said that.
That little. Well, you're interested in
write
business.
that down.
That little marginal difference is the difference between
utility.
Yes.
Marginal
I'm
utility.
gonna look that one up.
That means
That means.
Yes.
Okay, hold
Tell
on.
me what it